what is up, guys? Wallow J here, and I'm here with my co-host Miguelino. Miguelino, say what's popping to the peoples.
What's popping to the peoples?
Thank you for not blowing my eardrums out. I appreciate it. Also, our other co-host, the guy with the 20-pound brain, Egg, say what's up to the peoples.
What's up to the peoples?
And our other co-host, God, he's a dream, Stephen Aiken.
You're welcome.
Oh, what do we got? Oh, I can't read that.
Oh, you can
Wow.
read it now. Hey, read
I
it
can
for the
see
fans,
it in
Wallow.
HD. As you guys can see, I'm sporting the new, binoculars because they're thick as fuck.
Trendy.
But I can see, bro. I can read your fucking thoughts, bro.
I wouldn't do that.
He can see into your soul.
Bro, it is pretty dark in there, Dream. Come on.
Sorry, man.
Well, listen, we got we're live also now on Twitch. So for those watching us on Twitch, Egg, why don't you tell them a little bit about the insiders, and what we do?
Okay. Well, we get inside information. Boom. There you go.
Y'all do?
Plain and simple.
There
That
we go.
is
It's what
it.
PGF Insider. So, you want a little background? Background is the Wallow and Brandon started talking before the PGF started. He wants some people to talk about it, to make their picks for the fantasy PGF live before it went on every Friday. I would watch all the dang time, and I'd be commenting back and forth with them, and eventually I came on. And then
He's a co-host now.
And now I'm a co-host, and of course, we added the wonderful, the unimaginable, the amazing Stephen Aiken, Bobby, all of them. Yeah,
I do stuff.
Yeah. So basically, sure. What do? We talk all things PGF. We are the super fans, and we do have a little bit of inside information, and we spill it when we can, and otherwise we just talk about everything we love.
And when somebody spills it without any permission, we have to delete the episodes.
Yep.
Ain't that
There's
right?
a few of those. So you get inside information if you listen at the right time. It's an incentive to listen to this show.
Well, listen, there's been a few moves made this past week. We have a few new athletes, if I'm not mistaken. Egg, would you mind pulling those up and telling us a little bit about them?
Well, first, let's just talk about our two PGF returners, right? So season 3 was 170 pounds. Season 6 is going to be 175. Our regular season champion for season 3 and our regular season and finale champion for season 1 and 5, Elijah Carlton, who we know we had him on last week. We also have David Evers, Quadzilla, the winner of the season 3 finale tournament, because Elijah could not make it to the finale, so it left it open for grabs, and David Evers came up there and took it. So he's there now. One of the first people we've had mentioned, Majid Hage. He runs Surf Fight gym out in San Diego. He's also known as Gorilla Hands. Check him out on Instagram. He was the second. He was the silver medalist in the ADCC South American Trials last year. He lost to Mika Galvao in the finale.
Hey, my dude's got some serious half guard stuff. Sorry to cut you off, but I did do a little bit of research on people. I lied to y'all earlier when I said that I didn't. I just wanted y'all to be unprepared for this. No, he has a phenomenal half guard game. And when I was like looking this stuff up on him or whatever, there were some parts of his game I was like, oh, that's exactly like the way that I kind of do some stuff or whatever. So it was cool to see some high level people like that playing, a similar half guard kind of game to some stuff. So I'm really excited.
Is he a Frangia guy?
Huh?
Is he a Frangia guy?
He is a Gracie Barra guy.
It was
Frangia. Yeah, Frangia is AJ was his coach. But I think they're all.
It was GB. I'm not sure now anymore. Yeah, if it changed affiliations or whatever, how that goes in the world of it. But dude's been a serious competitor for a long time. Great half guard, baseball chokes. I'm
Great
excited.
hair too, by the way.
It's true. It's true. He may have the best hair going into the season so far. So far.
Last year, Elijah made the fashion statement with the cut.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was, but hey, it fit him. He was pimp. Dyed it blonde, cut the sides. I don't know. It was kind of like almost like a half a mullet, but not quite because he wasn't as long. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It was a raise hell, praise Dale kind of hairdo, and it fits him very well.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, bro.
He hit his target audience.
There you go. So, I mean, Majid Hayes has been around competitions forever. He said he used to do the flipping the points for Roger Gracie matches. So he just kind of grew up in this sport. Really cool attitude, really laid back. I mean, like loves surfing and loves jujitsu. That's why it's called Surf Fight.
Yo, what up, Ryan? Shout out to Ryan. Stopping by, saying what's up.
What's up, my brother?
So he's from the San Diego area, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Correct. All right. So after that, we got Kawan Gracie, who's a black belt under Roger Gracie out there in London. He's been a Bellator competitor. He's 1-1 in his MMA matches, and obviously a grandson of the Gracie. I mean, he's a Gracie. So. And he's a black belt under the best competitor of all time. So that's probably about all you need to know.
All right.
After that.
Yep. What do we got next? That was a surprise.
2 more coming.
Okay. My bad.
But yeah, we got 2 more. AJ Agazarm. So
that was not a surprise, though.
No, the next one is. But so AJ, obviously a D1 wrestler, the Ohio State University, wrestled there, ADCC silver medalist back in 2017, second place in the West Coast Trials that year as well. He's a no-gi world champion, all kinds of world championships. I mean, he actually apparently also helped start Flow Grappling. A lot of great stories out there.
That's what I saw too. I was listening. Actually, I was watching the Inside BJJ podcast with Tim Freeman, and shout out to those guys. Those guys are really good. Tim Freeman, I want to say Andrew's the other guy, and then the Latino guy, of course, Oscar. They did really good job with that interview with AJ. I was expecting AJ to be like a character type of thing, but he sounded very reasonable. He wasn't like in character or anything. He came out, to me, he seemed like genuine, when he was talking about all these stuff and, about helping, getting Flow Grappling going and all that stuff, which is what you just referenced.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very intelligent, very articulate gentleman. I've listened to a number of podcasts with him. But some of the interesting stuff I really want to learn more about, hopefully we get him on our show, was AJ talked about seeking retribution against somebody that might be.
That's what I wanted. I wanted to point that out too, because he didn't come out and say it. And the only names that were announced up until that time were Majid, Elijah, and I don't think David Evers was announced just yet. So,
well, as a competitor, I mean, it's probably fair to say he probably knows a few people that haven't been announced yet. So unsure of whether it's the issues with one of the people that have already been announced or somebody that has been signed but not announced yet.
All right. So have you looked at his matches to see? Because I know that if you're doing research, you're looking at those matches to see who could it potentially be. I know that we can't say names of the people that haven't been announced just yet. So let me ask you this, because I know you did the research. Has that person been announced yet or no?
So you're presuming that they had a match. this from the interview with Inside BJJ, that podcast.
Oh, so it's personal.
It was a friend. They were best friends, and this person now is shown his true colors. It's somebody who he said that scumbag promoters. He was protecting this kid from scumbag promoters lowballing him. So somebody that he's kind of mentored. I mean, so I have seen a podcast interview between of both AJ Agazarm and Majid, and they're both Gracie bar guys. So that would line up. I can see AJ seeing Majid as a kid, younger than him. But I don't know. I mean, the podcast they were interviewed, I think back in 2022, and something could have happened since then. They seemed pretty chill on that interview. So who knows? This is pure speculation. Objection, speculation.
No. Listen,
you asked.
This is part of a story that he put it out there. This is not something that we went trying to dig. He put it out there that this was, happening, that he was seeking retribution. I heard the same thing you heard.
Yeah.
We're not journalists, so we're not going to do a lot of digging, but,
a little bit digging.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Just to find out who it is. Because, hey, this is what we do. We're interested in this. We want to know. I mean, hey, you brought it up, so we're just, curious. That's all. So maybe if we have him on, we can just flat out ask him, yo, who are you talking to? Who are you talking about? So we shall see.
Very well. All right. So now the big one, the big surprise, the one that we weren't quite sure was going to happen. And all of a sudden it did. It was one of those ones where it was announced before we even found out. Like, come on, man, we're insiders. Just give us like a 5-minute notice. Come on.
At least.
But at least Renato Canuto. And you're looking at, he's with one championship. He's, got in 2021, he first placed in the IBJJF World Championship. And then back in 2017, he was also first place World's Championship in the no-gi for them. So yeah, it's he's won some Kasai Grand Prix. He's legit. He's legit as can be. He's with the Checkmat team, but currently his gym is Hybrid Jiu-Jitsu out of Las Vegas. Just exceptionally exciting person. He's going to bring a lot to the PGF. As I keep just saying, all these killers just keep getting signed to the PGF. It is going to be insanity.
Yeah, I mean, we were really surprised about that one because we know that he has a contract with a big promotion, and we weren't sure if he was going to be able to, get permission to come and do the PGF. But that was a very nice surprise when he got announced. And like you said, hey, what's up, man? We're the insiders. Give us a couple of minutes head start. Be like, yo, just so you know, this is happening. But hey, it's all good. No big deal. What else we got going on? March 1st is the qualifier out in Las Vegas. I believe it's going to be held at 10th Planet Las Vegas. Maggie, would you pull up the smooth comp on it and see how we're doing on that?
All right. So last week, we saw we had 14 competitors, and this
what do we got now?
2 more. So we got 16 now, and I'm going to give a shout out to the new names that we see up here. So out of 10th Planet Albuquerque, we have both Fergus Keating and Donnie Bryan. Shout outs to these gentlemen for answering the call to go to the PGF qualifier, right, and just show what they got. Right, trying to get that exposure. Right, to take this serious. This is your chance, guys. Like, this is the one qualifier this season, right? So if you're serious, you want to get into the PGF, this is your way in. So for anyone watching, if you want to see your homies in there, right, or if you want to be there, sign up because this is your chance. And once this event started, that's it. You gotta wait until the next season to see if you're able to wait and see if there's a qualifier. So if you want it, you got to go out and get it.
So this will be, like you said, the only qualifier this season. The only way that is guaranteed that you'll be in is by winning. So show up, win it, you're in. Everybody else is probably going to get an invite. I know Brandon's looking for some alternates as well. He's going to try to keep those local. So if you're from the Las Vegas area, show up, show out. Even if you don't win, if you're a local, there is the possibility that you could be selected as an alternate. Just, come in, have a good time, and, we'll see what happens.
Maybe you're somebody that just wants to risk your own money to hang around for a week in Vegas, hoping that somebody gets a opportunity. Maybe that could be you.
Yeah, you never know, right? Again, we've seen crazy things happen. Like this past season, we
There's
had
like 5.
TurboTax go out there.
We had Noel Randolph. He was in the stands as a
Yep.
fan the first day. By that third day, enough people had been injured. He was in the matches. So
We're talking about Noah.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know what you're talking about.
There we go. It had to be done. So, point being is that, somebody that's a local, in Las Vegas might just be a replacement player, but they could become a star. It could easily happen.
You got to bet on yourself.
Maybe we'll have another Battle-Rama. I don't know. What happens, it's a last minute thing with this battle.
Put Elijah in the Battle-Rama.
So, and it's worth at least mentioning to all the fans out there right now is the PGF is it's just different. It's a different beast. Steven can talk to it, but so many people come in. They're used to a one-day tournament. All right, I might have like 3-4 matches, and boom, I'm gonna put all out there. I can take a pop because you know what, the next event's in like a month or something like that. No. If these guys allow themselves with that mindset to take a pop that first day, we've seen it. You're out. What do you say, Steven?
No, that's definitely true for sure. It's not the same thing to where you can just risk the injury and then expect everything to be okay. And you can't really give away any matches because the ones that you think, you can give away, there'll be one that you really won't. You may get a draw or something against the person you're expecting to win on, and so now you've given away 2 or 3 matches and somebody that sucks is ahead of you. And so now you start reaching and you fall further behind. There's a lot of weird things we've seen happen from people and people who haven't really played the game that come in with different strategies, end up playing themselves a lot of times along the way because it's pretty straightforward that you just got to be in the match and you got to put up points pretty consistently almost every time.
I'm sorry to ask this. We may have asked it before and I forgot. Did you at any point feel the pressure of maybe opening up more your game so you could try to, possibly catch up to the guys that were in front of you, or were you not?
I felt like I was going to be able to make the playoffs either way.
Okay.
I wanted to beat everybody though, to be honest with you. So like I did pick a couple of matches that were trying to be strategic and different things like that against guys who were on our team and stuff like that. Cause we had a different kind of setup for the team points in a way too. Cause there was only 2 teams going against each other and we wrestled each other too, so it was a lot of weirdness, going on with us trying to make deals with each other to get points and not give up points and different things like that. So yeah, man, it was really hard to stay in there mentally and thinking about the game, like how to win playing for like cheap points instead of going out there and just putting the stamp down on everybody you possibly could. So I think I really went after everybody I could, except for probably Kamoy. I think we both gave each other too much respect and then finally started trying to roll too late in the match to get anything going. Because both of us kind of knew the other guy was pretty tough in their spots and didn't really get after it. So that's one that I probably let go of too easy.
So for our new fans, just really quickly, Stephen Aiken is not only the amazing announcer of the PGF, but he is a veteran of the PGF from season 2. That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
So Elijah mentioned last week that not even Brandon realized how many ways of gaming the game there are, how many options there are. But you also have mentioned in the past that if you try to game the game, you get screwed. So that's like almost like there's like two different philosophies here. One's looking at game, the other one's like, nah, you shouldn't game because when you do, you're gonna get messed up. So it's like,
So I think it's interesting to hear his perspective now, where he may not feel like he's the top dog, and he's going to be looking for somebody to help him play the game. Where he's, like he said, he's never really looked for any help playing the game. So he's having to be forced into the role of being a team player this time in a way. So he may make some wrong choices trying to choose alliances or trading points or whatever that could be with people, and it just could end badly because you give something to somebody else, and then all of a sudden the guy behind you gets to go against 3 alternates or something, and then they get a quick 18 in one day. Now you're behind even worse. That's the thing. Somebody just has a hot day, and it's really hard to predict, even looking at the schedule sometimes, that somebody like on today, day 3, they just went up for like 15 points all of a sudden, and now they're up in the the mix. Or there's the guy who starts really hot, who's at the top, and then always cools off by the end of the week, and then there's the Matt Elkins effect, is the opposite, where he gets all his hard matches out of the way the first day or two, and then tries to come on a tear at the end to get his enough points just to qualify, So there's a lot of ways that you can win. I think David Evers is he played it similar to what I thought I was doing most of the time, trying to stay healthy, not giving away anything if you could help it, but definitely like establishing that you're a real player in the game, to look to the playoffs, because I considered winning the playoffs to be the actual like championship personally. The season was one thing for sure, but I knew that I would always get back in the playoffs against everybody I could. If I was going to win the playoffs, I would have gotten retribution basically on anybody that had beaten me or whatever during the regular season.
now you mentioned that starting hot and then like by the middle, just kind of like slowly fading out a little bit. We kind of saw that with Landon. What do you think happened there? Because he was hot. Do you think he had like maybe not so many hard matches at the beginning, and then he started having his hard matches towards the end, and that's why technically he kind of like faded a little bit?
I think that's definitely a part of it. And then, one of the things I've thought about a lot recently too is, I'm helping coach Little League, baseball and stuff. And we're talking about building like endurance and innings and stuff like that. So I've been watching a lot of other stuff, and like as a blue belt, he probably hasn't established enough conditioning to get through these kinds of rounds repeatedly like that at that high of a level also. And he probably had his tougher matches too. But I'd like to go back and look at it a little bit too, and see how many of the guys that faded by the end were the more experienced grapplers versus the less experienced grapplers. And then one thing too is like the people, what they were eating. Were you rehydrating at night? Were you going to eating McDonald's immediately after, or a bunch of nothing and sodas and stuff or whatever? I don't know. I'm not saying anybody was, but you could see people start to fade by the end of the week because your nutrition was really important. Gosh, who was it? There was one person, I can't remember. They were losing weight throughout the whole week because they couldn't get enough calories.
Jonathan Roberts.
There you go.
LOG
There you go.
always talk about that.
That's right. I couldn't remember. He was working so hard that he couldn't get enough calories and keep the weight on him. So he was like struggling just to stay at his normal best just because of the workload. And I think that's the thing. The conditioning is one, but then the endurance part of the conditioning to being able to get up for, now it's going to be 5 days in a row too. That's a new thing. We had been doing 4 off one and then on one for the tournament, but now it's going to be 4 on and then tournament last day. So it'll be interesting to see now if that plays a big factor in people's physical, shape more so than injuries, just good old stamina.
Well, these are kind of good questions that we can ask these guys when we have them on, because there. I don't want to say that the level of competition is so much higher. I mean, it is higher. We know that it is, but at that level, it's like you almost have to do like everything perfect. Your nutrition.
This is professional sports.
Yeah.
This is 100% professional sports now. And if you look at anybody that's a real professional athlete at those high levels, they're going as soon as they're done with their games or whatever, they may be doing more practice. They're probably going to see a trainer of some sort to get like some mobility work. They're getting an ice bath, they're getting massages, they're going to physical therapists, they're getting MRIs on site and stuff like that to see what's what, and so like, yeah, it's going to take that. I think it's really going to take that now. And we're going to see people really fade hard because they're not going to have those things in check, and it's going to cost them. And I think if people are maybe using certain things and substances that they may or may not be able to use this time, we may see some of that play a factor as well, to where some of the gas power may not exist. And I'm interested to see.
Now, when you're talking about substances, are you talking about steroids or are you talking about something else?
I mean, it could be anything realistically, but definitely we had one person say that they were not using testosterone this time and they had previously, I think.
Talking about
on the
Elijah, you
show.
can say his name. He
Yeah.
did say it.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see honestly what that could do. And because as a competitor myself, when he went against us, he was healthy and strong and really big. So that lets me know what I maybe didn't know then about the situation.
Bro, you got to get on that test.
No shame.
What's up?
I'm just saying, I'm not judging or like being a hater or anything like that. It's just an interesting thought, because that's why people do that, for the endurance, for the stamina, for the recovery, for being able to stay at a high level more days in a row, more often than other people. And as a man, if you are on testosterone and then you're not, I've heard lots of stories about how that's not good for you and what that does. So that's just something that as a thing, I'm interested to see what it looks like.
Well, speaking from experience, I was on it about 10 years ago. I was jacked. But it was not just because of the testosterone. I had to put in the work. I was at the
definitely.
gym. I was at the gym 6 days a week, but it's not gonna make your jiu-jitsu better. What it will do is allow you to train longer, which will increase your endurance. And it'll allow you to recover faster. So for guys,
and you're more aggressive and you feel less pain,
I
all those things are true scientifically.
The less pain, no,
it's true. The more testosterone, if you have a higher testosterone level, you have a higher pain tolerance.
Well, I don't know, because I guess I wasn't put in a position to test that, but I could tell you that yes, I felt, I don't want to say aggressive, I felt more competitive, because I was rolling with upper belts, yeah, and I was just trying to keep up, and the way that I was trying to keep up is by being assertive, trying to being, I guess competitive. You fuck it, just call it aggressive.
Match might with might. You trying to.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's good. For a guy like me now at 48, it will probably do me wonders, which is, a route that I'm probably going to go back into, because I'm at that age where my testosterone is like, a 9-year-old girl's testosterone. It's in the low 150s. You know what I mean?
So you could tell already then, just as a normal person having a lower than average, what that does to you. So then,
yeah, bro. Listen, I was 100 and my low was 185 pounds. I had shoulders, I had arms, pecs, abs I didn't have just quite yet, but I was pretty big, pretty jacked. And once you get off of it, it's tough. It is really tough, because your energy starts going down. Your energy goes down. Your motivation's not the same. When you're on it and you're consistent with what you do in your workouts, you see results within a matter of a month. Like the first month I was on it, I was like, holy shit. I couldn't believe it. I could not fucking believe it. And it was just 1 milliliter. It wasn't, anything crazy like some of these guys do, where they go like 5 milliliters every fucking week. That's when your stuff
When you're
starts going like, nah, man, I'm
blasted,
not
yeah.
gonna, I'm not gonna work on my own. You're talking about your wiener. Yeah, I'm talking about your pecker.
No, you get the over.
But
overuse.
if you get your blood work done and you're doing it through, a
To
professional,
supervise, like, yep.
a supervised professional, they'll get you the right dose where everything's gonna be like,
Well, exactly. Well, you'll benefit because there's guys that'll do it right, and it's just to the point where they do too much, and if they don't cycle off the right way, they're going to be way worse off than someone that's naturally low. And that's something that is pretty interesting.
It is neon blue. I dyed it this morning.
Yeah, so we got off on this tangent because I'm just talking about the endurance it takes for the gauntlet that is the PGF. The PGF, the regular season, each competitor will have 12 matches, 3 matches a night, 4 nights in a row. And during those 12 matches, their job is to amass as many points through getting submissions as possible. For 3 points for a break, 6 points for a kill or a choke. And if they do it within a minute, they get an extra, elbow genie bonus point. And we're saying that it's tough. It's really a gauntlet that goes after people. And we said, Jonathan Roberts talked about how he lost weight all week because he just could not get enough calories back in. We saw 3-4 people go down last season. Had to have the replacement players became permanent players. It is tough. And as Stephen just said, this season, there used to be, you had the 4 nights and then you'd have a day off and then have the finale tournament. This season, we roll right into it. So 21 April, it's going to be on YouTube. That day is going to be at the Combine. We don't have all the events yet, but all the competitors are going to have a chance to go show what they can do in front of the coaches. That night will be auction draft, live auction draft. It is so much fun. Will people be stealing each other's guys? We just talked about Kawan Gracie's, Hajar Gracie's student. Is somebody going to try to steal him away? We'll see what happens there. And then the next day, the 22nd, that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 matches a night for every competitor. And we'll see how it sorts it out. And of course, this season, the winning team gets $100,000.
Oh my God. I just thought about, I wish they could get Gary Tonin. He's like 170, right?
No, he's 145, I thought.
Is he that small?
No, I thought that's
No way.
Oh yeah, he does
No,
compete.
I think he's
Yeah,
170.
like 55, 45, 55. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be
maybe.
amazing, though.
Sorry, I don't know
Right,
why
yeah.
that just popped in my head. I was just thinking about other guys that we don't know. I was like, who do we not know yet, right? Like, there's people I don't know that Brandon keeps not knowing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, we
It's
know
it's
that
annoying.
we know that there's like another 5 or 6 that we're just stoked that they're in, but we can't release it yet. So, just make sure that you're following PGF World on Instagram or Brandon McCaffrey on Instagram. And every Monday, they're releasing at least 1 or 2 athletes and some other information throughout the week. The seasons are, you can watch them back all 1 through 5 on BMAX channel, which is up there, the link to the YouTube. The finales, they will be on pay-per-view or wherever we're going. We can't release that just yet, but it's going to be either on pay-per-view or through some streaming service. But the regular season, the first 4 days, will be completely free and available to everybody on YouTube.
He did fight at featherweight.
Featherweight?
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
MMA,
which is
He's
for
competed
sure.
at 77
45.
kilo before, though.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
grappling.
45. He's competed in the big ones.
Mhm.
Well, I believe the next one will be the 155 season, so maybe we can get him
Cruiserweights.
for that one.
No, we'll see.
I don't know. Gary Tonin, would you be interested? I'm just putting that out there.
I'm interested
I'm
So,
interested in seeing it
seeing
too.
that.
At 155, hell yeah.
because I think he can handle. I think he can handle that pace, that pressure, that tempo. He's the kind of grappler I think that would break a lot of people in this scenario. I don't know why I haven't thought about him yet, but maybe that's because he has been in the lighter weight classes and stuff recently.
Yeah.
But
Yep,
he's
exactly,
got the kind of game that will break people at a lot of weight classes.
Mhm.
Man, he's interesting. He's fun to watch too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we got? Is that
Well,
it? Are we good?
No.
No.
Who else?
Egg, do we have anything else?
well, no, I think we're pretty much there. That's go ahead.
Did
Please.
you announce everybody that was announced?
Yes.
Everybody that we can announce has been,
Yeah.
Did you talk about Canuto?
Yes.
sir.
Oh, I must have zoned out.
Dang, I should have played a prank. I'm like, bro, we can't say that yet. I should have done that to you.
Got me, dude.
Damn.
I must have been watching.
Yeah.
I was watching AJ versus Majid Hage at ADCC Trials in 2017. AJ won that. AJ won that match, so I don't know if that has anything or not to do with whatever we're saying. So they did have a match at least almost 10 years ago.
And you're going back to what Egg was referencing about, having some sort of
That's
issue
probably how I
with-
missed it. The ADHD be taking over sometimes. I can't help it.
Hey, bro.
It's
it
late.
is what it is.
Well, how about this, Stephen? Since you've been doing a little bit of research yourself, out of the people that have been announced so far, who's your favorite? I mean, as far as like your favorite to win it.
Oh, to win it, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably Canuto at this point. I think I like his style also. It's similar to the Tonin thing. Maybe that's what was making me think about it. Is that he can get down and boogie. He's got the pace. I've never seen him really have to slow down much that I can think about. And maybe the 6 minute, maybe the right kind of pace for him. I'm really excited to see his style. I think AJ is good. I don't know that the 6 minutes is going to be his most favorable time for his style either. Similar to me in a way, it's like I think he just takes a little time to get the cook working, and it just doesn't always go that well. But Canuto is somebody that's just after it from bell to bell. And of the names that we have so far, I think he's my personal favorite that I would have to pick.
Man, I haven't seen AJ compete in a while. What was the last time he competed? Because I think the last time I saw him do anything.
You
ADCC?
saw him there. Yeah, because he had the remember.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think I did go back and he wasn't wrong with his protest.
So he had a little issue with well, give me my 2.
Judge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I
Who
think
else?
that before that I saw him, I think he was in an MMA fight. That was a while back.
Is that
Let me see what his last match was. His last match was last year.
Yeah. The
at
IBJJF.
IBJJF,
Yeah.
Worlds. So 2022. Sorry, so 2 years ago.
Damn.
So it'll be interesting to see how he does.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all we got. We don't have anything else that we can announce. You guys probably don't want us, listen to us talking about video games or anything else. So
Well, what other things are going on in the community right now, though? What's happening?
The Rock and Roman Reigns is what was happening.
That's true.
The
That's true.
Bloodline, taking over SmackDown. What's up? What's up with that?
Spoke. I like the heel Rock. I like the Rock's heel turn. That is sorry, this is a tangent, but a tangent that maybe y'all can follow if you know me and us. But the way that he cut the promo that night is like how I try to do what's happening during the PGF or whatever. Is like there is no, it wasn't scripted. It's like there's things that were going on, and you just kind of felt the crowd out. And he was being a heel, so he was going pretty hard. But in general, that was the thing, is that you reach for certain points of emphasis, and that's where you can draw out the feeling of stuff. And it's not just those canned kind of athlete answers and things like that. So there's a lot of what people may not see in pro wrestling. It is it's like a stand-up show in a lot of ways when they're doing those promos, and you can think what you think about the matches and the sports entertainment side of it in that way, or where the competitive or not. But the guys who are good on the mic, they would actually be good probably almost in any kind of host role or being an MC or something like that. It's just like a specific thing.
Yeah, I thought he was very good what he did. He was it was almost like nostalgia. It's like, oh, I remember this.
This is
And
why that was cool. Oh yeah.
yeah, for sure. And then he come out in like one of the shirts that he used to wear back in the 90s, but without the arms, because his arms are
Does it
just
fit?
ridiculous, man. It's
That
like,
was
yeah,
good. That was good.
dude, he looked fly as fuck. And then with the sunglasses, yeah, I was into it. I was like, let's go, let's go. But I think at some point, there's gonna be a turn. One of those two is gonna go, to the other side. So we'll see. But it's interesting, man. I'm actually enjoying watching pro wrestling again. I know Egg does not care for it, but Mickey probably don't watch it. But you and I, we can talk about
Y'all
this
know.
stuff.
Y'all know.
Yeet!
It's just part of the game. It's part of the game. This is professional wrestling. What we're doing right now, we're just doing it where there's no uh, outcomes that are predicted. And everything
Right.
else is real in that way. And we're trying
But
to put the realness of the story in there and talk about things that maybe a lot of people are uncomfortable kind of talking about, or leading you down some roads that for the purists, they may not want to go down those roads in conversation, and that's fine. Maybe the show's not for their taste as much as it'll be entertaining, and you'll get to know these athletes and these personalities. And I think that's like the future of any real sports league, is having athletes that are relatable, whether you like them or not. Somebody else does, and they're relatable. And so you're going to show up to watch them win, and somebody's going to show up to watch them lose. And that's just the way that it goes. You can love the Raiders, but somebody else is going to hate the Raiders, and they'll, burn your house down if you have a Raiders flag on it or something. I don't know. It's just, that's the
well, I
sports
mean,
thing about it. And I think we can do that in a safe way with the PGF, because we're already violent. So
and we already have storylines building. It's
they write themselves.
you're
The
talking
stories.
about, yeah, there's several stories. Some of
Mhm.
them that we probably can't just point out just yet, but for example, the one with AJ and whoever he's trying to get retribution from.
It's actually
You know what I
me.
mean?
That's
That he's trying to get retribution against us, all of us.
right,
Yes.
son. What you don't know is we got an army of the insiders.
Bro, like, you step to my dog, dogs are gonna step to you, bro. What's up?
What's up? We're just kidding, by the way. Please don't fight us. We're all old.
Old and
Bro,
broken.
we go to bed like around 9, normally. Look at Aiken. He's already yawning.
He's
It's
already
like
tired
way
of
past
us.
it's past his bedtime. All right, Miggy, any final thoughts before we go?
As we said, don't play the game, or the game gonna play you, player. So watch yourself. That's all. That's all I got. Some wise words to end this. That's it for me.
Egg, any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. David Evers is going to catch some people.
No shit.
People
Go Quadzilla.
People are going to be overlooking him,
Godzilla.
and he's going to break some people. It's going to happen. I'm excited to see Elijah. Obviously, a big step up in competition, but every time we've challenged him, he's stepped up. I mean, just the last season. Hey, can Elijah do overtime? Yes, he can. It's how we won. So really excited. Just excited to see just all the different personalities, all kinds of like up and coming. We have world champions on the roster now. It's gonna be insanity.
Dream, final thoughts?
I'm ready for more. I'm just ready for more. It hasn't been very long, but it feels like it's been a drought here. Kind of the energy's building. I feel everybody's like behind the scenes. We're all just like on the edge of our seats, ready to like jump on something to get it rolling. So the energy is just really like high, and a lot of us are kind of just sitting on it right now because we can't say everything that we want to say. So it's really going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot, and I'm excited to be a part of it, man. This is just so cool. Every new name that comes out, every new announcement is just something for me. Is just like it's living the dream, man. So playing right into the gimmick here. You're just going to keep working hard and finding myself wherever I need to be over and over again. And this is the best one yet.
Dude, like when we started jiu-jitsu, did you guys even remotely think that we would be here talking about a tournament that's going to be paying 100 grand to the winning team, an additional 20 grand to the guy that walks away with the championship, an additional 20 grand in salary for all the athletes? That's 160 grand. Plus whatever comes through the super chats. I mean,
potential sponsorships and all that for these cats.
Sponsorships. Look at Travis Thomas walking away with sponsors. Matt Elkins last season. Elijah landed Epic Roll as his main, sponsor. X Marshall is sponsoring a bunch of guys too. So I mean,
yeah, they're sponsoring a grip of folks.
Bro, they're like, they're on the come up too. They're like, yeah, we're here and we're here trying to help out the community.
So listen, though, if you hear these names of these sponsors and they sell gear and they sell shirts, or if they sell anything that is something you may be able to use or anything like that, and you want to support the PGF, that is the best way you can do that without directly like sending in money to something like that. You can buy from these sponsors and let them know that you're supporting them because they support us at the PGF. That's literally the best way to keep everything going, is that people know the money that they put in is not just being wasted and nobody's talking about them. They're not getting any return. They're just giving everybody a bunch of free stuff and money. That doesn't feel great. So definitely, if you guys see something you like from them, don't hesitate. Go ahead, pull the trigger on that. We appreciate it. I know they appreciate it. That's why they're in the business here. They love jiu-jitsu as much as we all do as well. They're real martial artists, every one of these companies that we've been involved in so far. So I can't say enough about how supportive they were in person last week. Subversive. They were so Mike cooked us all food. It was just so much from those guys, and the support was just amazing. So definitely, if you guys can, please go grab something. Use code PGF10. Grab it up.
That's right. Listen, I'm not going to say this because we're involved with them and whatever, and we have a discount code, like Steven said, PGF10. But their shorts are the best shorts I've ever worn. I bought 4 pair. Nice. Just because I bought three additional pair because I bought a pair and I thought that they were like so comfortable. I'm like, I'm buying some more. So I got 4 pair of X Marshall shorts. So hey, xmarshall.com, just check him out. If you decide to buy anything, like Steven said, PGF10, that's your code right there. Get 10% off, at least, a couple of
saves you shipping.
Yeah, for sure.
So something.
I like the rash guards. They got some really cool designs. They had one Donald Glover on it. Says I'm too old for this shit. It spoke to me. I wear that at least once a week now.
Nice. Right
Very
on.
Cool.
All right, guys. Well, with that said, thank you so much for tuning in, and welcome to the guys on Twitch. If you guys are watching us on Twitch, hopefully next week we'll have maybe a guest. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We're still trying to confirm, one of our guests for the show, but we'll see. We'll let you know.
See you, Matt.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next week. Peace.
Hasta